Yeah, so hello guys. You've seen recently that Bishop Salifu Amoako's son was involved in an accident where he was driving carelessly in a residential area, top speed, which is against the law, and his car his car crashed another car that contained two beautiful young ladies who lost their life under very gruesome condition where their car was even burning. And the fire service, by the time the fire service came there, it was late. Social media and the public got very interested and furious about the matter, especially he being a pastor, and that's Archbishop-elect Salifu Amoako. And people were blaming the man, especially because the child is not of age. You know, if you are not 16 years, you cannot be given driver's license. So people were having concern that, hey, why would you allow your child who is a minor to be driving? And there have been judgment has been passed, and let me read the judgment for you. So his son has been sentenced. So Bishop Salifu Amoako's son sentenced to 6 months at Senior Correctional Centre after pleading guilty to 8 counts. So the counts included manslaughter. So the difference between manslaughter and murder is when you kill somebody intentionally, like you intentionally decide to kill somebody, so for whatever reason, whether for revenge or something. But manslaughter is you causing the death of another person but accidentally. So that's the difference between manslaughter and murder. There are people who have argued that this is supposed to be a case of murder, because if it's a case of murder, it will differ. Because if you look at the punishment that has been given to him, just 6 months in Senior Correctional Institute, because he's a minor, that was the maximum the court could give to minor per Ghana's laws, except for serious offenses. So the serious offenses includes genocide. It also includes maybe you standing against or rising to overthrow a political party or a government, and it also includes murder. So people believe that this is an act of murder. Yes, of course, he didn't have intention of killing the people, but what he was doing was reckless enough to cause the death of others, which eventually did. So people argue that this is murder, and I understand the rage of the public, why they think that the punishment or the sentence that was given to them were is unfortunate. And I think the father and the mother, they were both fined 6,000 cedis, which is a peanut for them, and also they were also fined 8,000 for the repair and the replacement of the broken street lights and poles and all those things. So this is what I think. First of all, there are reasons for punishment. One is to reform the person. Two is for restitution. So restitution means to restore someone who has lost something. In this case, it's difficult to restore what the parents of these beautiful ladies have lost, and it's unfortunate. But there are times that they may make the person pay for compensation. It may not be able to replace them, but at least compensation. Then the third reason for also so in the second one, which is restitution, so like maybe if you destroy somebody's property, the court can punish you to give it back to the person. So they are all part of restitution as a reason for punishment. Then the other one too is also to serve as a deterrent. So if the punishment is not severe enough to deter others, then it means that there is a problem. And if you ask me, this is not deterring enough. So I think I don't know if this case can be appealed or something, but whether the lawyers did not do well, or whether Salifu Amoako's lawyers were so good, because according to what we are hearing from the side of the lady, Salifu Amoako hired about 9 serious lawyers for his son. I know, right? So it's quite unfortunate. But I wish some other people could take this matter up and maybe seek appeal or something, because it's a form of injustice, if you ask me. So that is it with Salifu Amoako. That is it with Salifu Amoako's son. El-Ad, that's the name of the child, El-Ad. Yeah, and you see, when the matter came, he was crying. Salifu Amoako was crying that Ghanaians should forgive him. He was kneeling down. People believed that he was shedding crocodile tears, because later on we saw him in his church saying that after all, his son did not pick up a gun to go and kill somebody. It's just an accident that happened. And for people like us, we think that this is not just an accident. This is carelessness, and it must be punished as such. So that is it. It's unfortunate and it's sad. I've shown you a set of the burning of the car and all that. So for children to go through this, I always say that children, you understand, children are human beings. They are not like properties like cars and buildings. If it is a car and a building, you can say, oh, you are buying another car for the woman or for the parents. If it's a house, you can say you are buying it for them, or you are even giving them a better one. When it comes to children, You cannot say you are buying or you are replacing it for them. That's one thing that makes this thing very sad. And the parents are old now, so they cannot say that they are now going back to give birth again. If you go back and give birth, you have a baby, you don't have a grown person. So it's sad. The more reason why I think this punishment is injustice. There are people who have argued that there are people who are not up to 18 years, but when it happens, they put them in correctional institutes for like 2 years. When they are 18 years, then they sentence them or put them in prison. Those are the things I'm saying, that when it is a serious offense, which the act prescribes, which includes murder. So I think, I don't know, maybe the judge was not convinced that the lawyers of the deceased ladies, they were able to argue that this is murder. But for me, I think the punishment is unfortunate. I have nothing against Bishop Salifu Amoako. I have nothing against the young man. I'm sure he has a bright future. We all make mistakes, but some mistakes and the damages that they cause must be given the appropriate sanction. Even if you are giving the child just 6 months, at least the parents, you should give them like each of them 200,000 or something to at least pay. If not for anything, at least the parents of the deceased can hold on to that thing for their project or something else. This is what I think. Justice MSc. Let me know what you think. I'm out. Bye.